Tonight's headlines are brought to you in part by Coldwell Energy and McDonald's.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thank you for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sally Lemus. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. Retirees may be one step closer to receiving their bonus. Also tonight, impeachment proceedings begin tomorrow, and the rules are strict. And tourists are expected to come back. The island may go through some major changes. In sports, young ballers play the court. Stay with us, we have these stories and more next.
I have a phone. I have no TV. Ooh, TV on phone. I have a tablet. I have no TV. Ooh, TV on tab. I have a TV. I have a stick. Ooh, TV on stick. I want my streaming. I want my TV. Ooh, streaming TV.
And there you have it, McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich. From the makers of the world's most stolen fries. The juicy chicken sandwich from the place that offers extra napkins for a reason. The tender chicken sandwich from the creators of a sandwich phenomenon. So you won't just be biting into a chicken sandwich, you'll be biting into McDonald's new crispy, juicy, tender chicken sandwich. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Half a day to the WAMI and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Monday, April 18th, 2022. Lawmakers up on the Hill have been at a back and forth debate on funding sources for the $1,000 retiree bonus. This afternoon, senators took one more try in identifying available funds. 09 senators voted yes on the passage of House Bill 22-95, which would amend the fiscal year 2022 Appropriations Act to fund the retirees bonus.
All this medical costs for retirees is very hard. And what is $1,000 that is taking so long for the legislature to to pass and provide that $1,000 to the retirees compared to the $5,000 that each member of the legislature is receiving every month.
The bill, however, does have a few changes. The House of Representatives proposed to take funds from the Marianas Visitors Authority, the Department of Finance, and the governor's discretionary funds. Senator Vincent Sablan states MVA has expressed that taking away their funds would impact operations. But financial consultant Dave Demapon and Finance Secretary David Attilig has taken another look at the budget and has identified available funds.
Was then that the Secretary of Finance did find some lapse funding under personnel, and it was a very tedious process for Dave Demapon and the Secretary of Finance team to really go in and look at the schedule on the budget and see where those lapse fundings were, and they did find enough to cover the $2.6+ million for the retirees' bonus.
Personnel lapse funds from the legislature and executive branch, DOC, DCCA, Commerce, Defense, Finance, DPS, DOL, DLNR, DPW, and the 3 senatorial districts will be used to fund the retiree bonus. They will also take funds from independent programs and the Micronesian Legal Services as well. Impeachment proceedings begin tomorrow, and to maintain order and decorum, the Senate President sets guidelines for the public and media. It's the first in CNMI history for impeachment proceedings to reach the Senate. Senators will be hearing the governor's motion to dismiss the articles of impeachment filed against him on Tuesday, April 19 at 10 a.m. Guidelines for the general public and media were issued by Senate President Jude Hofschneider over the weekend. Public seating in the Senate gallery will be available on a first-come, first-served basis. There will be a sign-in at the Senate entrance checkpoint. A numbered pass will be distributed, and the Senate says it must be worn in plain sight. If a person leaves the gallery, their pass will be forfeited and re-entry will be accommodated only if another pass becomes available. In the Senate gallery, the rules forbid food, beverages, gum, cameras, talking, clapping, or other demonstrations. Cell phones must be turned off, and all persons shall remain seated at all times. Tents may be set up outside the Senate upon request to the Director of the Legislative Bureau. Any violation of the stated rules and guidelines will result in immediate removal and bar readmittance for the remainder of that day. The media as well would need a press pass or media credentials issued by the Legislative Bureau. Reporters and staff must be appropriately dressed in the Senate gallery and press box. These guidelines are contained in the official rules of the 22nd Senate and in the adopted impeachment rules. Senator Vincent Sablan is requesting that he recuse himself from voting in the upcoming impeachment proceedings.
The obvious that I am running as the governor's running mate for this upcoming election in November. So I just thought, I thought that it would be in the best interest of everyone that I recuse myself from that vote, the general vote for the impeachment process during the session, which is required by our Constitution of the CNMI.
The senator says he will, however, be present during the proceedings. Senate President Jude Hofschneider has yet to issue his decision. Operations for the COVID-19 vaccination relocates to the CHCC MCAT's tent. Beginning today until the end of the month, COVID-19 vaccinations will be conducted at the CHCC MCAT's tent, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. CHCC is also partnering up with the Department of Community and Cultural Affairs for outreach programs. Cagman Community Center and Tonopah Youth Center will be hosting vaccine operations every Saturday of this month up until June. Vaccines will also be available at private clinics where primary, additional, and booster shots will be offered. You can make a vaccine appointment at www.vaccinatesinamay.com or call 670-682-7468. The islands are hoping for a tourism rebound this summer, but what will arriving tourists see on arrival? Our Chris Nelson reports.
With tourism slowly resuming, there's a push to get some of the tour sites upgraded. The Marpi area is perhaps the most visited single area on Saipan outside of the Saipan airport. The Governor's Economic Council of Advisors is proposing to build a visitor center at the entrance to Marpi in or around the last command post. The visitor center would feature a mix of history and displays and include a fully maintained bathroom. The idea is to charge tourists to visit the Marpi area and use the funding to help maintain Marpi. This morning, a mixture of government and tourism officials spent a couple of hours in the north. GCA Chairman Jerry Tan.
There is an urgency because we're working hard to bring back the tourists sooner than later.
At Bird Island Lookout, immediate needs include some serious safety issues. There are a number of broken railings that need attention, and the parking area has drainage problems. At the grotto, there have been some improvements to the steps, but there is currently a hodgepodge of signage in lots of different styles and formats, and there's no congruity to the place anymore. An installed chain link fence gives the entire area a yard sale kind of feel, not a match for the wonder that is below. Transformation plans at the grotto call for a lower viewing deck. Parking and bus traffic needs to be addressed. Some places perhaps are not compatible with mass tourism. And engineering at the grotto is tricky. When rough weather comes in, the calm water that we see today is replaced by a turbulent and destructive sea that looks like this. The right swell, wind, and high surf can bring the water level up well over the steps, buried in a sea of white water. Responsibility for the Marpi area is collective. Marpi was once maintained by MVA. That changed a number of years ago, and now DLNR, through Parks and Rec, is responsible for the grass and bush cutting in the area. DPL is the principal owner. MVA pays for security guards. Alex Sablan says the number of agencies will need to come together to make the changes.
To generate the revenue stream that we're talking about, it would be DPL, it would be DNLR as true conversation. A conveyance over to a PPP if it's established. We don't know yet if this is going to be a for-profit or non-profit effort.
Government officials that were along for the ride today include Governor Torres, the Secretary of Finance David Attilig, as well as MVA board members.
All right, coming up, we get an update on the construction progress for NMC, and we have other news on Guam. Stay tuned.
I have a phone. I have no TV. Ooh, TV on phone. Get live TV on your phone or any device with DTV Plus from Docomo Pacific. Watch live channels or stream from your favorite apps on any device, all from your home Wi-Fi. No cable lines, no hassle, more savings. All for only $35 a month with your link bundle. DTV Plus, your cable TV on Wi-Fi. Ooh, TV on phone.
Half a day and Tiro.
As we continue to overcome the challenges of the pandemic, we must reinforce the importance of working together. Through the cooperation of our community with our COVID-19 protocols and guidelines, we are now at community level low.
Because we have continued to care for one another, especially through our high vaccination and booster rates, we once again seeing more opportunities to celebrate together.
Be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened and do not be dismayed. For the Lord your God is with you, wherever you go. This Easter, let us use this holy time to focus on the most important things that matter. Our loved ones, our good health, and our care for one another.
From our family to yours, we wish all of you a blessed Easter. Love, strength, and peace.
Happy Easter, Marianas!
At one of Saipan's beaches, this mother lays about 100 eggs under the cover of darkness. She hides her nest as best she can and then slowly makes her way back to the ocean. The eggs hatch and the babies head for the sea, where they will face a daily dose of danger. Just 1 in 1,000 will make it to adulthood. Those that do will one day lay their own eggs. Sea turtles are protected under CNMI law. If you see one that is stranded or if you see illegal activity, call the hotline at 287-8537.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. The CNMI celebrates Community College Month for the first time, which is a great way to recognize the recovery, resilience, and never-ending determination of the Northern Marianas College. Community College Month is a way to celebrate the many accomplishments and contributions that the island's only college has made in the past years. The Northern Marianas College reached a milestone this year by having its accreditation reaffirmed for 8 years. The college also notes that despite Super Typhoon Yutu and the pandemic, student enrollment continues to increase. According to President Dr. Galvin Delon Guerrero, it's a new day at NMC.
Everyone's excited about the direction that NMC is heading in. You know, we've got brand new facilities coming up. We have an 8-year accreditation term. We have an ambitious new strategic master plan. It's a new day here at NMC, and despite all the challenges of the past few years, our proa hasn't sunk. It sails ahead.
Construction on new buildings have yet to start, but the architect-engineer phase is close to completion. Delon Guerrero expects to break ground this summer for the Student Center at the Asterlahi campus.
The Student Center A&E design is close to being at 90% complete. Once we're done with that, we can then start fielding proposals from contractors.
NMC has been working closely with the Infrastructure and Recovery Program for securing permits and other requirements from various government agencies. The Tinian and Rhoda campus will also be getting a facelift soon.
They are part of the facilities master plan. We are not leaving them out. In fact, we've been working very closely with the Tinian leadership, for example, to see what's next for the Tinian community with not just the cattle ranchers, because we've invested a lot in that with the meat processing center and a lot of the research that we're doing there, but also additional agricultural growth and the military buildup there. So a lot of exciting things. And then on Rhoda, we're trying to expand more programs there, so we're going to have to also upgrade our facilities there.
NMC will be holding events throughout April in celebration of Community College Month. And now we turn it over to KUAM to find out the latest news on Guam.
Half a day, I'm Tyler Matinani. Here's what's making news on Guam. Resolution 291 was voted down by the legislature. The vote was strictly down party lines. Senators Mary Torres and Joe San Agustin were not present for voting. Instead of immediately terminating the public health emergency, the resolution was amended to ending it in June. Senator Clint Rigel questioned, then why are we here? Here's a portion of the drama before the vote.
I'll tell you why I think we're here. I think we're here because this makes for great political theater. It's a great chance for everyone to get...
Point of personal privilege, Madam Speaker. He's referring to the authors of this legislation, and I really take offense to that word, political, making this political. We're answering the call to the people that have come before us wanting this resolution.
Madam Speaker,
Thank you,
not,
Senator. Point of personal privilege,
Senator
Madam
Joe,
Speaker.
please proceed.
Thank you. To be clear, I didn't even mention anyone's name, so I just said that's why we're here. So that's not, I don't see how that's personal privilege. I didn't make a personal attack on any sitting member.
Into July 2nd or June 2nd because of the fact that it's just political theater and it's not an emergency. I said at the opening of the resolution, Madam Speaker, it's not an emergency to end the emergency, but it's an emergency to get transparency. It's an emergency to get the administration down here like we've been trying to do. It's an emergency for accountability.
The resolution's main sponsor, Senator Chris Dueñas, motioned to go into recess to allow the administration officials to provide the information that was requested during session. The motion failed. Meanwhile, Guadalupe and the Democratic Party welcomed the news. Both put out news releases Thursday night thanking the majority for rebuffing the Republican attempt to end the emergency. Acting Governor Josh Tenorio said he's thankful they'll be able to continue to utilize services of the National Guard and have more supplemental funding for food stamps.
You know, we're almost at the end of this pandemic. I fully expect in the future short time that we will be able to get out of the public health emergency, but we'll get out of the public health emergency when the science and data tells us, and I really do think that it's right.
In her most recent executive order extending the public health emergency, Governor Leon Guerrero was highly critical of any bid to terminate it. For more Guam news, go to KUAM.com. Reporting for KSPN2, I'm Tyler Matinani.
Thank you, Tyler. All right, folks, don't go anywhere because we have sports up next.
I have a tablet. I have no TV. Ooh, TV on Tab. Get live TV on your tablet or any device with DTV Plus from Docomo Pacific. Watch live channels or stream from your favorite apps on any device, all from your home Wi-Fi. No cable lines, no hassle, more savings. All for only $35 a month with your Link Bundle. DTV Plus, your cable TV on Wi-Fi. Ooh, TV on Tab.
Half a day and Tiro.
As we continue to overcome the challenges of the pandemic, we must reinforce the importance of working together. Through the cooperation of our community with our COVID-19 protocols and guidelines, we are now at community level low.
Because we have continued to care for one another, especially through our high vaccination and booster rates, we once again seeing more opportunities to celebrate together.
Be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened and do not be dismayed. For the Lord your God is with you, wherever you go. This Easter, let us use this holy time to focus on the most important things that matter. Our loved ones, our good health, and our care for one another.
From our family to yours, we wish all of you a blessed Easter. Love, strength, and peace.
Happy Easter, Marianas!
My journey began in 2019. I noticed white patch. Now it was stage 1 cancer. I told my wife that I had cancer. I just remember sitting in there with Dr. Moss. First thing that got into my mind was, how am I gonna get to my car? I mean, all the emotions were running through my head. I mean, I broke down. After my second surgery, I was cancer-free for 1 year and 28 days. During my routine checkup, cancer came back. Same thing, I got my surgery. Biopsy results from all that surgery came back negative again. And I've been cancer-free so far, just doing my 3 months CT scan, blood works. My advice to all is try not to pick up on bad habits. if you feel any type of sores or stuff in your mouth, visit CHC or any dental clinic for your free oral screening. Early detection is the best chance for your successful treatment.
Ready to quit tobacco? Call the CNMI Tobacco Quit line at 670-323-7848. Visit your dental clinic for a free oral health screening.
The Tan Su Lin Foundation promotes the culture of giving back. The foundation and its generous partners are committed to supporting programs that include health, education, and sports. Initiatives that promote arts and culture, the environment, and tourism will benefit our community and our residents. Giving back and making a difference will help ensure that the island paradise we call home will be a better place to live.
Tonight's sports brought to you in part by Tan Holdings through the Tan Su Lin Foundation, making communities a better place to live.
Buenas sports fans.
And for the KSPN Sports Report, the Northern Marianas Sports Association will recognize athletes and officials for their achievements in the 2021 NMSA Annual Sports Banquet. The NMSA will honor Student Athletes of the Year, Team of the Year, Coach of the Year, and Administrator of the Year. There are 15 final nominees for Athlete of the Year and 18 for Student Athletes. NMSA committee will also announce the new inductees into the NMI Sports Hall of Fame. The banquet is scheduled for tomorrow, April 19th, 6 p.m. at the Kensington Hotel in Marquee. Young swimmers race against each other at PIC. Let's take a look. The Tsunami Saipan Swimming Center and the Saipan Swim Club host their second mutual time trial at the Pacific Islands Club in San Antonio last week.
So this is a mutual time trial that we're doing between the two clubs, between Tsunami and SAC, because we really don't get to do a lot of events at the moment. So this is kind of a way for us to keep fresh and make sure that we get some time.
Over 70 swimmers from both swim clubs participated in this two-day event.
There's 2 days, today and Wednesday. We'll do more time trials, and then in May we're going to do another time trial.
The races included butterfly, backstroke, and freestyle types of swimming for kids 11 years and older, 10 years and under, and 8 years and under age category. According to Coach Hiro Kimura of the Tsunami Saipan Swimming Center, their objective is for all swimmers to improve their brushing swim skills. They would like to see the younger generation develop new skills as well and to bring out the best of them. Tsunami Saipan and SSC's third mutual time trial is scheduled for May 13 and 14. This is going to be their season-ending event. Both clubs will resume their training and mutual meets later this year. Garapan and Cagman Ballers rule the Elementary Basketball League. Basketball players from various elementary schools in the Sinamay gathered at the Marianas High School gym on Saturday for the ITNE Interscholastic Co-ed Elementary Basketball League. It was a busy day for the basketball league as a total of 15 games were played. Tinian Elementary School and Cagman Elementary School reigned supreme as both teams won 2 games each. Tinian beat Garapan Elementary School on their first game with a score of 19 points. GES scored 11. Their second game against San Vicente Elementary was a blowout, with Tinian 27 and SV 0. Meanwhile, Cagman Elementary wins their first game against William S. Regis Elementary School 8-6. They also defeated San Vicente 19-10. You can see the joy on their faces, win or lose.
Okay, it was fun. It was more fun for this kid. I know this game is first time for a lot of the kids to play basketball, but so it's all about having fun. Win or lose, we're gonna go home having fun. Right on.
Here are the highlights of the games.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Hi, I'm Dre, one of the personal trainers here at Ghost Gym, and today I want to go over some exercises that you can easily apply into your current exercise program. Now I have here with me Vince, and he's going to be demoing some of those exercises. Now the first one today is going to be a one-arm dumbbell row. Before I have Vince here execute a few reps, what we want to remember with virtually any exercise is your setup. If you start in a bad position, it's not going to look good and it's certainly not going to feel good. So a common mistake with here is obviously a rounded upper back, and as you can see, he's not very rigid or stable. So what we're going to do is correct that just a little bit. So his supporting arm and his leg that's supported on the bench as well is we want to lock that in. Open up that leg a little bit to allow for a better path on that dumbbell. With the elbows coming up way too high, you can see the shoulders riding forward, and that's not what we want. So ideally, what you want to think about is pulling with your elbows and stopping right at the midline of your body. So in this position right here, you can feel his entire upper back along with his core.
And for the KSPN weather report, mostly sunny with isolated showers, east winds around 11 miles per hour. Tonight, it'll be partly cloudy with isolated showers, east winds 7 to 10 miles per hour. High 85, a low 77, and 80% humidity. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, east wind 9 to 14 miles per hour. High 87, low 76. The marine forecast combined seas of 4 to 6 feet will become 5 to 7 feet Tuesday night. East wind 10 to 15 knots, wind waves 2 to 3 feet. Mixed swell northeast 4 to 6 feet and northwest 3 feet. The sunrise will be at 6:01 a.m., high tide at 9:36 p.m., the low tide 3:03 p.m., and the sunset you can catch that at 6:31 p.m. All right, folks, that is your Monday edition of the news, sports, and weather. We do hope that everyone enjoyed their Easter weekend, and we wish everyone a good night. We'll see you back here on Wednesday.